Hello everyone. Today, we will be discussing Article 3, Section 10 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, which pertains to the obligation and contracts. This section is an important part of our legal system as it protects individuals and organizations from arbitrary interference in their private contracts. Let's dive into this topic more deeply. Article 3, Section 10 of the Philippine Constitution states that no law impairing the obligation of contracts shall be passed. What does this mean? Simply put, it means that the government cannot pass any laws that would make it impossible for individuals or organizations to fulfill their obligations and contracts. Obligations are legal duties that individuals or organizations are bound to fulfill. Contracts, on the other hand, are agreements between two or more parties that are enforceable by law. Contracts can be verbal or written, but it is always better to have a written contract to avoid any misunderstanding. Contracts are important in our daily lives as they help define our relationship with others. For example, when you rent an apartment, you sign a lease agreement that outlines the terms and conditions of the rental. When you work for a company, you sign an employment contract that specifies your job duties and compensation. But why it is important to have Article 3, Section 10 in the Constitution? This provision is important because it protects individuals and organizations from the arbitrary interference of the government in their private contracts. It guarantees that government will not pass any laws that would change the terms of an existing contract or make it impossible to fulfill its obligations. When the government interferes in contracts, it can create a lot of problems. For example, it can increase costs for businesses, lead to legal battles between parties, and decrease trust between individuals and organizations. By protecting the obligation of contracts, Article 3, Section 10 helps promote a stable business environment by providing assurance to investors that their contracts will be respected and enforced. The stability of the business environment is important for economic growth, and investors want to feel confident that their investments will be protected. Article 3, Section 10 helps to provide that confidence, which encourages investment and economic activity. It is important to note that while individuals and organizations are free to enter into contracts, these contracts must still comply with existing laws and regulations. Contracts that are illegal or against public policy, such as contracts for the sale of illegal drugs or contracts that violate labor laws, are not enforceable. In summary, Article 3, Section 10 of the Philippine Constitution pertains to obligation and contracts because it ensures that individuals and organizations can fulfill their obligations and that their contracts are respected by the government. This provision helps to promote a stable business environment, which is important for economic growth and development. Thank you for watching and learning more about Article 3, Section 10 of the Philippine Constitution. Remember to always be aware of your legal rights and obligations and to seek legal advice when needed.